you know, I completely, you know, after going there, have had a huge shift in how I see his work, and the clients were just mesmerized. I mean, what he does is so difficult and it's so intricate, and you know, the setting of his home and studio, and when he took us out to the Jade Quarry and all of that, it was really
a memorable experience.
Fantastic.
Yeah. No, there wasn't a single person that went to the show last year that will not remember that weekend for the rest of their lives. And this is what we'd like to think that all of these weekends are about. The anniversary show in Bend has always been a lot of fun. For those of you who have not been or have not had the opportunity to get clients there, I mean, you couldn't pay me to go to Bend in the wintertime, I promise you, but in the summertime, it is absolutely one of the most beautiful settings I've ever experienced. And, you know, for people that like the outdoors and want to hike and just look at the mountains and see the snow in the mountains in the summertime and the beautiful contrast of the high desert. Plus, it's just a great little town too, and we have our biggest and one of our most beautiful galleries there. And so I think, you know, to call up people and to invite them as our guest to come for a weekend in Bend is a pretty big deal. And we have a great collection of artists that are going to be there, and of course that's what makes it. I mean, we have, as an example, and I'm not going to say that this person is going to be interested in coming, but Nils and Stephanie have a new Bissell collector. This is the only show this year that Bissell's going to be at with Lahaina Galleries. And I talked to him this morning, and he's already working on the collection of work for this show. We have the twins, Mitchell Mead, who's a local artist, Jason Waldron, who I haven't met before, but in looking at this sculpture, it's just unbelievable. I mean, what this guy does with wood and stuff. So, good opportunity in Bend. And now, by popular demand, or people continuing to say, whatever happened to those great invitations that the sales office used to do? Well, we've gone back to that format for all of the year with the events, and we have invitations now ready to be selectively mailed to people, and they're not like this. These are your copies here for your pursual and stuff. And by the way, we just got this put together fairly quickly. If anybody sees any typos or misspelled words or anything, please let me know as soon as possible so that we can correct them if it's necessary. I think hopefully with Jim's eagle eyes last night everything will be fine, but I just want to go over the Bend program real quickly. We stay at a hotel in downtown Bend that is right next to the gallery. It's not a fancy hotel, but it's a fun little place. It's got perched up on a little hill. It's got incredible views of the area.
Hot cookies at 5 in the afternoon.
Hmm?
Hot cookies at 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
they're outstanding.
Swimming pool, jacuzzi,
Yeah.
weight room.
I mean, it's not the Waldorf Astoria, but it's fine. And Bend has its own personality, you know, in terms of what it's like.
There's no valet parking in Bend.
Free parking. It's free though, free parking, which is kind of nice. Yeah. I really encourage you to tell people to drive up to Bend, especially if they're, you know, they could from San Francisco. It's an easy 2-day drive. I mean, you can do it in 1 day, but I mean, if you want to split it up and not have to be on the road for 10 or 12 hours, maybe.
You could stay in Shasta one night.
Yeah, Shasta. It's a beautiful drive going up there. And anyway, arriving in Bend, the first night we're going to go back to what is just an incredible place with probably the best restaurant in Bend. There are a lot of good restaurants. This is one of the best restaurants. Zydeco is going to prepare an incredible welcoming reception for us on this rooftop, which is in a building downtown, and it's just really a nice, nifty little spot. It's a great way to start the weekend. The following day, we have a range of different activities that people can choose from. For people that like to play golf, Bend is unbelievable. They've got a lot of great golf courses there, and we picked Aspen Lakes this year, which is a beautiful venue in the Sisters area outside of Bend. A new activity, which I'm sure all of our clients are going to want to sign up for first, which is called the Cycle Pub, which is, some of you may have seen it, but it's a little wagon that you get on and you pedal and go around Bend, up and down and stuff like that, and you stop at different places and drink beer.
Well, you drink beer while you're pedaling. So you're riding on the road, you're drinking, and you're pedaling, and your pedaling's what propels the
I think
vehicle.
Josh, he would sign up for that.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're burning calories while you're
Hiking, a beautiful hike that Tracy's going to choreograph and take, and possibly with a picnic lunch, or maybe coming back with a group to meet up with other people for lunch. But hiking in the high desert, and the trees and the streams, and very, very, very pretty.
Waterfalls.
And a new event, which is going to be a cooking class, which is, I'll read it to you. Discover Mexico on a culinary journey that will awaken your taste to the exceptional variety of this country's regional cuisine, especially prepared for your enjoyment at Ginger's Kitchen in the Old Mill. This is a one-of-a-kind demonstration cooking class that's specifically designed for food lovers of all levels, famous for bold yet sophisticated flavors. Traditional foods of Mexico blend indigenous with European experiences as well as African, Middle Eastern, and Asian flavors. You will dine on a selection of coastal regional fare, tropical Yucatan roasted flavors, and savory dishes from the interior. A truly culinary journey. Bring an open heart, an empty stomach, and leave the apron and the knife at home.
Wow.
So anyway,
That's
Very
at
nice.
the kitchen store where I work. We have an exhibition kitchen upstairs.
Is the quilt show?
Jaime's awesome.
So they don't participate, you just watch, so you don't,
It's
they don't hand you an
don't
no,
get
it's
down
not
and
a
greasy.
hands-on. No, it's just it's a it's a
Yeah.
he teaches you, and there's a mirror so you can see what he's doing, and I don't know if I'll be assisting because I'll
you'll be
probably
hiking.
No.
I could get
okay,
someone
well, we're
else.
just gonna have to pay
No,
somebody to
we've
assist
had
him.
too many
I
letters
do it for free.
complimenting the hike. So
What about quilt show? Is that
That's
part of
on
this year?
weekend.
Oh, not the quilt show.
no, and then we're also going to do the canoe float, which is absolutely
That is so much fun.
incredible. You
That is
you
great.
drive to down to Sun River, and get on these canoes, 2 to a canoe, and you just float down the Deschutes River through this magnificent wilderness, and get off at the bottom, and it's really a lot of fun. Very peaceful, very, very peaceful.
You could see like blue herons, sometimes bald eagles, sometimes the deer will be walking down, drinking out of the river, and it's really pretty.
Yeah.
Could you do that again with the deer?
That's what they do.
So, anyway, from those activities, you got your core golfers, you got your people that want to get some exercise, you have people that may want to learn how to cook something different. The canoe is very serene. It's going to be a wonderful day, followed by a great location and restaurant at Tethero, which is this rather new development that for people that are golfers.